Hello and welcome to the Live Forecast video tutorial series. It's a compilation of tutorials covering everything from navigation to forecasting. In this video, we will be focusing on meeting and event and other revenue forecasting. Forecasting for all departments at a property is done in the Live Forecast module, and here you choose the specific department you want to work in. Meeting and event department is usually divided into two: meeting and event operations and conference room rental. A quick overview of what you can expect to see in the M&E operations live forecast. Last year, which is displayed by same date or weekday, depending on the view setting you've chosen earlier, your submitted budget, your submitted monthly forecast. Here you have the on the books, and this is the last import, and it tells you as well with the timestamp. The pickups which you can adjust manually in here. You have the live forecast. This is the forecast you save, which is then used in PMI. And you have actual versus live forecast in percentage value. And daily is broken down into food, beverage, and other. Everything above the red horizontal line is in the past, and if you hover over the live forecast, for example, you can see when it was last updated and what you ended up with. Here you see that the live forecast was just over 12,000 krona and that you ended up with actually over 17,000 krona. So that is 137% of the live forecast for revenue realized yesterday. Here there is no driver as it's based on the books figures, which is imported from the sales and catering report at the property. And here you can see that with a timestamp as well. Also, ensure your sales team always puts a rate next to each item they book. For example, an extra breakout room or an extra coffee break. Then there are no surprises in the activity levels when planning the schedule, for example, the M&E team or the kitchen. With that said, you can have a revenue driver on top of on the books if needed. However, working with both will double your live forecast, so you will have to go in manually to double check the figures. As previously mentioned, meeting and event usually drives on its own on the books figures from the reservation system, since a driver will have difficulty picking up a historic pattern when events rarely occur on the same date every year. So let's take a look at the daily routines. Check the dates that everything is correct, the month that you are actually working in. Look at yesterday's revenue under live forecast. What did you end up with compared to what was last saved? Hover over live forecast figures to see what you last saved, or look at pickups to see the deviation. Did you have enough staff on duty? Add comments to explain yesterday's outcome if necessary. This aids next year's forecasting. Also, if an event or last-minute happening in the city has had an impact. Comments are visible in the flash report, management perspective, and next year's live forecast. Revise on the books figures. If you need to revise on the books figures, this is done in the pickup column. Add or subtract per day and or the segment it is affecting. The coming period accuracy is important as it links to the activity level to the operations side, such as the kitchen and the amount of staff you need on duty in the meeting and event department. Always zero out the pickup column if there has been many changes since the last time you've been in here. The new on the book will reduce the pickups you last added. Clearing pickups is in the tools function. After revising, you will see the end result in the live forecast column. Discuss with your financial controller or general manager if there are any large deviations from the original forecast. And always remember to save. Looking at monthly routines, ensure that you have the correct period as you are now looking at future months. Before starting work in a new month, clear what is in the pickup column for the next 2 months. Open tools and reset pickup. After clearing the pickup for the next months, check the on the books and add any additional revenue in the pickup column. Now you are ready to submit the live forecast for the coming months. Tools, submit forecast or several if you want to send for several months. Click on submit and you are done. A quick look at conference room rental. Follow the same instructions as with M&E operations, and here in this example the segments are room rental and technical equipment. Then other revenue. Same instructions as before. Here are examples of two different properties as segments can vary. In example 1, you have parking, telephone, other, laundry, cancellation fees from groups. Example 2, we have telephone, car park, pantry sales, and trade charge from room service. More information on the live forecast is found in the knowledge base article and video tutorial series. Thank you and take care.